Everyone seems to be loving the Black Forest at the moment, so I thought I'd put out another one, strangely enough. So let's have a look at who we've got. Playing in the yellow as the Aztecs, we have Kesha. Over in the red, we have Buzz Jean playing as the Vikings. This will be Team 1. And over on the other side, playing in the blue, we have Muhammad playing as the Franks. And in the green, we have a Human Food Bag playing as the Chinese. So that's going to make up Team 2 for us here. So it is a 2v2 on Black Forest. Let's have a quick, just little in-depth thing at what we can see from the civs here. Aztecs, Siege Onagers available for them late in game, of course. Very, very expensive upgrade to get, and to produce them, it costs a lot actually. So it can be an interesting play from them, especially if they end up cutting. I think they do lack Siege Engineers from memory, which means they don't get that +1 range, which means they can be in a little bit of trouble when they're up against some of the other Siege Onagers civs, or just Onagers in general, because as we know, the best counter to Onagers is Onagers. Could see Eagle Warriors out of them, most likely Champions, Pikes, could even see Onager Pike. That's actually a really good combination to be using. And I would actually, if it gets to that stage, I reckon we will see Onager Pike over for a red, of course, playing as the Vikings. Vikings aren't the best Imperial Civ. I think nearly everybody knows this, so not a lot we can say there. Generally, from the last few games we've had up, actually, we've actually seen slings from the Viking both times. So that's always an option there, so you can go for the sling. As well, on that, you can generally, if your opponent doesn't wall, like neither of them seem to be caring about that at the moment, you can abuse that economy that the Vikings have, and you can go straight for scouts, or you can even see man-at-arms sometime, which is, it could work, but it really need to be a forward-style play for that to happen. I'm really interested they haven't walled off over here, actually. Muhammad does have his scout here, but it doesn't look like it's doing too much. Of course, Franks, Knight, Paladin, easy enough. Human Food Bag, Chinese, that can be an interesting one to try and play, depending on how you want to. Generally, it's just Mass Chukunu seem to be the way to go, and then backed up by Trash. That's about it, really. So, let's have a quick look at the map for Kesha. He's got his gold to the right here. In front of here, he did manage to get probably one of the closer points, which is nice. Is this gap over here? He probably could have scouted up to here and tried to get here, but still, this is a good position to try and have it. It's a narrow choke, and he's got it as close as possible. Really surprised this hasn't been walled yet, though. Jean at the moment, gold on the front, berries over here, and oh, that's a lot of boars. If he doesn't go for that, especially his Vikings, there's going to be something wrong there. Muhammad, gold in the back, wood in the back, both stones on the front and a gold on the front. That's not going to be nice for him, especially if Jean decides to run in nice and early, which he might, considering the fact that there's, well, no wall here. And for Human Food Bag, he's in quite a defendable position, actually, saying that. But it means as well there's no way out of here. If he gets trapped in here, that's it for him. He's not going to be helping out Muhammad at all. His gold's all in this position here. He's got 2 stones in the back, which is nice when you're playing as Chinese, especially if you want to go for Chukanus. So let's have a look over here. Looks like, yes. Oh, I thought that was another scout there, actually, for a second, but then I realized we've got 4 players in this game. Boar, generally a pretty good idea, especially when there's that amount. And a stable, actually, from Muhammad. This is a big thing. We could actually see a feudal age push from him with scouts. Let's actually swap over to him and see if he's creating anything. He's going scouts. Something we don't see a lot of. It looked like the hill advantage there could have been going to Jean, but still there's 2 scouts here from Food Bag and Muhammad, so it could be hard to win this one for Jean right now, especially when those extra scouts come in. These villagers here could be in a lot of trouble, especially because some are going to be injured by the boars, I think. Yep, some are injured by the boars, so that could really hurt. And here we go, Muhammad is moving in right now. Looks like he's going to try and take out Buzz's scout. Yeah, and now he's going to come down onto the villagers by the looks of things. So scouts from him, really interesting play there. Generally don't see it, but then again, we generally see players wall. These villagers over here could be in trouble, could potentially lose 1 or 2, forcing them to engage the scouts over here, which can be really annoying, actually, because, of course, all he wants to do is gather boar meat right now. It's going to really slow down his food economy, which is kind of annoying. And all these villagers slowly taking a bit of damage. Hopefully he'll get 1 or 2, that boar finishing up. Getting 1 there, and retreating out again. This could either go really, really good or really, really bad, depending. If, say, Jean gets up into Castle Age and just goes Knight straight away, these scouts are going to be practically useless unless they can run in and get some good harass. Saying that, Kesha as well over here could run in and get some harass on him. So that's an option there as well. Only lost 1 villager though, so that's not too bad. And the spear is coming in. I think that's going to make it a lot safer. So he's going to be able to go back to his boar hunting nice and safely. There are the critical mass there of scouts, so to be able to take out one spear without losing anything too bad. 2 spears might just be able to take them if they get the hill advantage nicely. But apart from that, they're going to be in for a little bit of trouble. Real quick wall off over here by Gene, and saying that, scouts are going to move in through here, but I'm sensing this village is going to go for a wall off across here. Oh, that was a good quick wall there with that house. Very impressive walling there by Gene. Nearly as good as that one we saw from Jordan in the 2v2. That was actually amazing. These villages here could potentially be in a bit of trouble, but of course they do have this town center, so should be alright for now. Hopefully this one could be in trouble though, saying that. Yep, getting blocked there by the villagers. Oh, and he could have trapped a few there, actually, saying that. Spear is forced to come back in. Nothing else too serious going on right now. I'm going to assume that everyone's going up to castle. Gene's going up, food bag going up, and Kesha going up. Looks like Gene or Kesha will be the first ones up. And in comes that army of spears, of course, and onto the last floor over here. Going to be forced to put up farms soon, even though he would have a lot of food available, actually. Yeah, he's got 300 there, and he just hit castle age. So what are we going to see? Siege workshop coming up. Are we going to see knights, or what's he going for? What are you going for, Gene? What is your plan? I want to know. Monastery. Ooh. So you're going to go Mangonel Monk? It's definitely an option. It is definitely an option. Food bag just hitting the castle age now. Looks like we're just waiting on Kesha, unless... I think he already upped. Yeah, he has. I must have missed that when we're swapping over Civ. So what's the plan from you? It looks like Monk Mangonel is going to be the way he's going. Also, really strong play. You see it in Arena a lot, actually. And that's because it's such a good way to play. You can defend really well because, of course, Knights are a good counter to Mangonels, and Monks are a great counter to Knights. So, you can really take down pretty much everything in this kind of situation. Going to be interesting to see how he decides to play it out. And, ooh, got the convert on that villager, actually. And going to house there. Why not? Ooh, saying that, looks like there's some harass going down in the main base over here. Scouts are trying to do a little bit of damage. There's actually a knight in there from Human Food Bag right now, and they're coming through the middle here. So this could actually be quite troublesome for Gene if he can't deal with this, because of course knights extremely strong units. And there we go again, those spears whacking that villager with a wet noodle. Scouts still trying to get in. This knight over here just kind of scouting about. Kesha, what's the plan? Going up to 4 town centers right now. So it looks like we're going to try and see a fast imp out of him. Gene just still sitting on the 1 town center, of course, trying to take out his opponent right now. Some really good walling over here from Muhammad, actually, but I think this bit over here won't come up in time, sadly. Food bag, what are we seeing from you? Still 1, 2 town centers. Yep, there's the 3rd there. I was going to say that one was going to come up. So it looks like we're going to be seeing Mangonel Monk from Gene, Max Paladins from Food Bag, and from Kesha, probably Pikes, and naturally from Muhammad, we're going to see Paladin. So, could be an interesting one to watch, hopefully. Knight's still in here, doing a bit of damage. Did actually manage to snipe that Mangonel, but the Monk did get a convert on it. It looks like it will be killed off by these Knights here that are coming in, so that could be a little bit of a waste there. Yep, that Monk is dead. Over here, though, looks like he did actually snipe a villager there. Mangonel might be able to get another one. Looks like he got a convert to her, I think it's the one from down here. But there we go, forcing Muhammad off the gold down here. Ooh. Kesha's really just been let to sit for this game. This could be interesting, but then again, the same's for Food Bag right now. They're both booming out, so it's going to depend on who has the best boom right now. Town Center actually coming up on this gold. That is actually really, really cheeky. It's going to be interesting to see what he decides to do to that. Mangonel is moving in. Could be an issue to deal with that. More Knights running in from Gene right now. Of course, stolen Knights. How are we doing down here? You guys good? Looks like more Knights coming in from Food Bag, trying to get some harass. And Muhammad actually moving over here. Muhammad only just hitting the castle age now because, well, he went so many scouts, he didn't really have much else of an option. That Monk managing to just survive there. It looks like the villagers are actually being called into the fight here. Or are they just going to try and rebuild this? These Knights potentially going to be able to kill off a ton of these villagers, especially with Mangonel help if it decides to give it to them. That town center actually getting really close to completion. It looks like, yes, he's going to be trying to take this town center out with that Mangonel. How are we looking down here? That scout's still busting away at that house. More Knights moving in from Food Bag to try and deal with this. I think the Monk has been taken out. Mangonel might just survive a little bit longer. But not looking too bad at all right now, actually. It looks like Gene and Kesha are in a really good position to be able to do this here. I'm really just worried about Food Bag's push. If he pushes into Kesha, Kesha has nothing to do, like, at all at the moment. That'll be it if he just decides to run in there with a bunch of knights. Saying that, though, Food Bag defending his ally over here really well. 2 Mangonels out, 2 monks there to defend. It looks like definitely the knights that are here to defend from Food Bag and Muhammad will be able to take this one. If we get some good converts, though, it could be a bit closer. But it's really going to depend. A lot of villagers actually coming forward here. Interesting to see if he's going to try and drop a Ford Castle or something. Saying that he doesn't really have the resources to. No idea what he plans on doing with all these villagers. Unless he got them as converts, that's fair enough. How are we doing over here? Looks like the barracks spam from Kesha is coming up. However, what are we seeing over here? There's still nothing crazy going on this style of map. However, the early rush from Muhammad was really effective here. Is that monk going to get killed off? Ooh, looks like he did lose that knight. Definitely a good idea. I don't think he's got a monastery up yet, so it was probably just a deletion of the unit. Slowly taking out this town center, actually. This could be really, really bad for Muhammad if he loses that. Still stuck on 1 town center. It looks like, yes, going to be putting this 4 town center up. What a bastard move there. Going to be able to garrison that and, of course, defend this gold here from his opponent. And kill off as many units as he can. Of course, that town center having 6 range. Going to be able to defend quite well. Trying to get some more converts here. Looks like the Mangonel just surviving there. Town center is nearly killed off. And that knight over there actually getting a ton of villager kills. Kesha's still booming right now, but there are knights in there for Food Bag right now. He's going to be able to kill off a ton of these villagers right now. Only 1 monk there to try and defend. Not going to be the best situation, of course. Going to get cut down quite quickly. He's got 2 so far. That's not too bad. Could be a lot worse. But right now, Muhammad's just not in a good position at all. This push over here has really, really hurt him. He's going to have a lot of trouble dealing with this from now on. His economy has been really hurt. He's lost access to this gold over here until he does it. He does have this one in the back, though, so it hasn't been too bad for him. Going to be able to do it. Looks like a few monks over here are getting some good converts. Looks like he just lost one there. But apart from that, doing well. What are we seeing? Market come up. Looks like we're seeing even more stables now, so we could see a massive push from Food Bag right now. And if he pushes into Kesha, I don't know what he's going to be able to use to defend this. He's got a few knights there that he got from converts, but sitting back in his base right now, he doesn't have a lot. Kesha hitting the Imperial Age. Wonder what they are going to do. Getting close still. It looks like these knights are coming in to try and get some harass on Gene. However, Gene's economy is set up really well right now. Still on 2 town centers. Hasn't gone up to the 3, but I guess 2 is better than 1 in most cases. Over here, it looks like getting a little bit of harass with that scout. Might actually get that villager. Yeah, you're going to just get that villager there. So that scout having +2 armor is really helping out right now. Interested to see what's going to happen over here. Looks like this town's... it looks like really Muhammad is out of the game right now. Kesha just has such a big boom behind him right now. It's going to be so much trouble for whoever decides... well, whoever decides to attack first is pretty much going to die at this point. Eagle Warriors on the way. Elite already. Got Squires on the way. Got the +1 armor. +1 attack is done. Wait, does he have another smith or just the 1? Sorry about that. My hotkeys change depending on which version of AoE I am running. So I always have to hit like 3 different ones to try and figure out which one it is. Looks like more knights running in from Food Bag. This area over here still being really well defended by Gene. He's playing with his monks brilliantly. Probably going to try and get some more converts here, actually. That town center's still in a bit of trouble. He's got 5 monks on the front line here. How are they doing for... yep, they've got 100 conversion time there. So they're going to be able to get 5 knights, really, before anything too bad happens. Lots of spears there from Kesha, of course, because why not? You're an Aztec player, you should be using them. That 1 Eagle Warrior running in, getting a little bit of harass. Of course, Squire's already done. Did we see... yes, Iron Casting is on there. Interesting is going for attack instead of armor first. That's an interesting one. Usually we always see armor first. How are we doing down here? Looks like he got those 2 knights converted that were sitting here from Food Bag. And I think this might actually be over right now. Muhammad has not a lot he can do. Kesha's running in with eagles now. And he's running into both players, actually, so this is really going to be hurting the economy. Forced to fight with his villagers here. Definitely never a good option. I think this might be it. It's going to be tough play here. Very uphill climb for Foodbag and Muhammad if they manage to take this one. But Muhammad's economy is just so drained right now, and Foodbag, he's just in such a bad position against all these Eagles. He's been trying to bail out his, well, ally at the same time as defending his own base. And that one Eagle Warrior, of course. These one Eagle Warriors have just run in, getting a little bit of harass, which is kind of nice. Kesha being a good ally here, sitting some monks under his opponent's town center. Going to be able to try and get some converts on those units. Oh, this is going to hurt. Gene is actually in the gold pile of his opponent right now. Not looking good at all. Over here, it looks like they're pushing in on the town center. Rams are out. The monks are here in force as well. I think this is it, guys. Oh, that was another good fast wall there by Gene, actually. That was brilliant. And he's actually getting them all here. He hasn't even garrisoned the town center. That is not good. Villagers over here as well getting killed off. That Mangonel going down really quickly. Monks getting a few converts here and there. Getting a villager by the looks of things. But this looks like it right now. Looks like Elite Eagle as well. Plus 6 attack. So it looks like he's got that Elite tech giving, of course, all infantry plus 4 attack. Not looking good right now. Not looking good at all. Knights are coming in, but there are plenty of spears here to defend. They've got 3 plus 6 attack at the moment, which is absolutely devastating against knights, and a few monks in the back as well, so we'll be able to help defend with them. I think this might be GG right now for Foodbag and Muhammad. Kesh has just been allowed to boom for way too long. Gene's really set up in this space here. He's here to defend. He's got 3 monasteries up at the moment, actually, so he's going to be in a really good position to defend against knights. And that seems to be all that Foodbag's making right now. Pike finally for Kesha, still on that plus 6 attack, plus 4 armor done now. And I think most of these knights are going to get killed off pretty quickly. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. The power of the Aztec pikes. And right, GG right on that. That sounds about right. Anyway, that was a nice, real early push from Muhammad, but absolutely great defense by Gene. Some really good teamwork there by Kesha as well. Gene definitely carrying the early game here while Kesha was allowed to boom, and of course sealing the late game with that. If we just look at the score difference, he's on 8,000 and Human Feedback was only on 5,900. So really big difference there, and I guess that's the power of teamwork in these style of games. Hope you enjoyed another Black Forest game. I'll see you in the next one.